Brother Martin and Archbishop Rummel in this District 9 5A battle at Rag Sherman Field, Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, here in the heart of New Orleans. Ken Trahan along with Danny Ream. Here's the batting order for the Brother Martin Crusaders, presented by First NBC Bank. Crusaders, under the direction of Mark Wisniewski, will have Joel Bergeron leading off at shortstop, Trey Morgan, the freshman, at first base, Mason Bonifons at third, Brendan Brown cleans up in right field, Zach Repath is the second baseman, Dominic Robert, the DH, Andre Rovins in left field, Cole Strombo is the center fielder, Ben Wisniewski does the catching, and Max Padgett will be on the mound for the Crusaders. And they will oppose a good senior right-hander in this young man who you're watching right now, Luke Lacoste of the Rummel Raiders. The numbers, Danny, solid on the year, and more strikeouts than innings pitched, as he's done a good job here for the Raiders.
33 strikeouts and 25 innings pitched. That tells you that he's got the ability to put hitters away. That's going to be important tonight as his Brother Martin offense is trying to find themselves, trying to find ways to score. And Luke Lacoste will be a tough challenge for them.
The walks would be the only issue. The defensive alignment for the Raiders, it's Franklin in left, Francione center, Stradley in right with Beck at third, Cook at short, LeBlanc second, Ball first with Fury catching, and as mentioned, Lacoste on the mound here this evening. And the weather conditions are ideal. The wind is a bit of a factor out of the south-southeast at 10, but perfectly clear skies, 77 degrees here in the heart of New Orleans. And we're ready to roll. Joel Bergeron to get it started for the Crusaders. Bergeron's been the best hitter on this team of late. And our first pitch of the ball game. Lacoste missing down and out to get things started here this evening. Good look at Luke Lacoste. Good two-way player for Rummel against a really good player in Joel Bergeron, who takes another down and out, 2-0. We mentioned the walks, the only issue for Lacoste, Danny.
Yeah, and that's something that you have to stay away from. Those free passes, they always come back to haunt you. So you want to challenge these hitters and let your defense make plays for you.
Strike delivered by Lacoste. Bergeron, as a leadoff man should, working the count. He's 2-1. Outfield bunching him towards center. Lights are on to start the ball game here at Kirsch-Rooney. And now 3 balls and a strike. Brother Martin has changed its lineup from recent games, trying to get something going and snap out of a bit of a funk that they've been in of late. Bergeron trying to get him started in good shape here, and does with a walk. Not close, so Lacoste walks the leadoff man and missed badly with some of those pitches. And Bergeron, the best base stealer for Brother Martin, is aboard with no one out. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year. And now the brilliant freshman, Trey Morgan. And Morgan takes one, just missing the outside edge.
Well, Luke needs to settle down, get in the strike zone. Needs to let these defensive players for the Raiders work for him back there. You can't keep walking guys and giving good teams free passes.
And this is over but high, so he can't find the zone. It's 2-0. In the first game of this series, Rummel's best pitcher, Zach Cook, really struggled with his command, which was unusual because he doesn't struggle in that capacity. And now Lacoste is nowhere near. It's 3-0.
No, he just does not have the feel right now. Needs to try to settle in, get right back in there with a strike here and 3-0 and build on that.
To finish that story, Cook battled through 6 1/3 innings to pick up a win in that game. Strike delivered here, Morgan, of course, taking. And it's 3-1. Let's see if Mark Wisniewski wants to put something on now. With the pitcher struggling with his command, a good hitter and a good base runner. On 3-1. Bergeron not going. And strike 2 call. Better chance of a run now on 3-2 as Nick Monica and his staff look on. Flashing signals from the bench. Didn't mean to give them away there, Nick. Move to first, expecting that Bergeron will run here. Ball holding him on. Morgan uses all fields. Goes with authority, though, to left center. Bergeron going. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fury double pump. That should be interference. And it is. He's out. And that's a double play. It's a good call, Danny.
Yeah, it's a good call. Morgan hung out there. I was waiting for the home plate umpire to see that. Pretty obvious. That's a big double play right there, and that might help Luke Lacoste settle in here. You take another look. The runner breaks on the pitch. You see Morgan just kind of hanging out right on top of the plate. That was pretty blatant and obvious. Home plate umpire makes the call. 2 down for the Raiders.
Yeah, good call by the home plate umpire. So it's a double play, and it will bring Mason Bonifans to the plate. Mason up to 265, a home run, 17 driven in. Way high again, tried to throw the breaking ball, just doesn't seem to have the command or the feel. As you said, feel is an important word to use in that description. It really is about that for a pitcher early on. 1-0 from Lacoste, and it's 1-1. One of the things Lacoste can do very well is change speeds. We've seen that already.
Yeah, he'll throw multiple pitches for strikes, and that's the name of the game, but he's got to be more consistent with the fastball.
Beautiful off-speed pitch there. The bottom dropped out of it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. You have that kind of movement, you're going to be in pretty good shape if you pitch ahead in the count. Bonifant steps out to collect himself, has good power. Here's the 1-2. Just missing the outside edge. It's 2-2. Bonifant's laid off wisely. What you call a teaser pitch. Close enough, but not in the zone. 2-2. Dropped a breaking ball. Wow. Looked pretty good. Didn't get the call, and it's full 3-2.
Went back to the breaking ball. Luke acted like he thought he had it, but did not get the call from the home plate umpire, so we go full.
Payoff pitch in the air, left center field. Should be handled. Basket style catch by Francione. Inning over. So a walk and nothing for the Crusaders as the bottom of the first comes along with no score from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Here's the batting order for the Archbishop Rummel Raiders under the direction of Nick Monica. Zach Cook has been terrific, leads it off. Luke Lacoste, the pitcher, in the 2-hole. Lyle Ball at first base. Evan Francione, really good athlete, cleans up. Charlie Beck at third. Lane LeBlanc at second. Jackson Denny's is the DH tonight. Jake Fury does the catching, and Ron Franklin is in left field. Taylor Stradley playing right field and not batting in the order. And the Raider lineup will oppose a right-hander for Brother Martin here tonight. He was scheduled to pitch the first game of this series, which was pushed back, and now Max Padgett gets a chance to pitch against Rummel tonight. Limited numbers, but the numbers are good, Danny, from what he's done this year.
1.40 ERA. Only has thrown 10 innings, though. So, as you mentioned, limited experience so far on the mound this season for Padgett. But numbers are pretty good. He's got 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks. That'll be key tonight, allowing his defense to try to make some plays for him. It's just, we talk about it all the time at this high school level, really throwing strikes and pitching to contact and letting your defense make plays. Trying to stay away from the free passes is just so important at this level as far as combating an opposing offense.
Let's take a look at the Brother Martin defensive alignment. Left to right outfield, Robins, Strombo, and Brown. Infield, Bonifant's third with Bergeron short, Repat second, and Morgan at first, with Wisniewski catching Max Padgett. Ready to start the bottom of the first, and leading it off is the instigator, much like Bergeron has done for Brother Martin. Zach Cook has done the same for Archbishop Rummel this year. He has just done a great job. His on-base percentage really good, and of course there's the average, 403, which leads the team. He's got 21 RBI, even though he's been hitting in the 1 or 2 spot all year. That also speaks volumes. Good fastball by Padgett to get ahead. Nice, easy throwing motion by Max Padgett. Oh, 1. And it's 1-1. Padgett, big kid, 6'3", 175, just a sophomore. Hit hard toward the left side. That'll be a base hit. So Cook singles through the hole to start the bottom of the first. Bonifant's trying to range to his left side, but unable to flag it. So a base hit for Cook. Leadoff man aboard.
Cook hits this one off to Bonifan's forehand side. Gets a glove on it, not enough though, as it knocks into left field for a leadoff single for Cook, and it's always important to get that leadoff man on base.
Now the pitcher, Luke Lacoste, and you got a guy at first that swiped 17 out of 18 bags, and there's a swing and a foul back. Lacoste went up hacking at the first fastball he saw. It's 0-1.
On their first meeting, Rummel really swung the bats well. They were impressive, a lot of extra base hits, clutch 2-out hitting, so they really put on a nice offensive performance, double-digit hits. I think they had 11 in the first game, so they're trying to pick up right where they left off.
Cook a lead, not going. Breaking ball, beauty, strike call from Padgett. If he has that pitch, he will be effective. 0-2 the count on Lacoste. Throw to first, chasing Cook back. Brother Martin pitching, as we've seen them play quite a bit this year. They do a good job at holding runners.
Always have. That's a staple of Coach Wisniewski's program. They've always done a nice job of holding runners.
Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Cook breaks for second. He'll be there easily. So that'll be a strikeout wild pitch. So Lacoste out on strikes, and Cook to second on a wild pitch with 1 out. A good pitch ahead in the count. When you get in ahead of count, you can get hitters to chase.
Yep, you can dictate the at-bat. Padgett able to throw the breaking ball again. Lacoste offers at it. Good base run in there by Cook to read that down angle and move into second base. So Rummel with a man in scoring position.
Lyle Ball to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Takes an off-speed pitch that hangs high and inside. Ball starting to swing it better. He's a better hitter than the numbers indicated. 222. 16 RBI though. (1-0) and a wild pitch back to the screen. That'll get Cook to third. That's important because with less than 2 outs now, Ball simply wants to put this ball in play.
All right, lots of ways to score when you're only 90 feet away. Always important to get runners to third base with less than 2 outs. So Ball needs to be trying to get something that he can get to the outfield, use the middle of the field past the pitcher to try to score this run.
On 2-0, Ball takes a breaker in the dirt that Wisniewski blocks up, and it's 3-0. Of course, there's a base open. Francione on deck. Lights shining brightly now here in the City Park region. Now they just put him on. So Ball will go to first base. So it's going to be runners at the corners with 1 out, and Francione will bat. And what that does is it sets up the double play possibility. Ball not really a threat to run. And here's Francione, 2-sport star.
Gives you the opportunity to roll a ground ball and get out of this little jam that you're in here in the bottom of the first inning.
Francione at 318. He's driven in 8. Takes a strike at the knees. Well, that pitch might have been a little bit low, and some of the fans react to that. 0-1 the count.
Ball needs to be looking for a down angle for something in the dirt, try to get himself down to second base, and that would erase a double play possibility.
0-1 to Francione. That's blocked by Wisniewski. There goes Ball to
there
second.
It is.
And as your call, perfectly done. So 3 wild pitches in the inning. Alert base running. And now no chance of a double play. And the 1-1 count on Francione, who is an outstanding wide receiver for Rummel this past year in football. And a real good baseball player, and he can run. 1-1 the count. Taps it foul. It's 1-2. Padgett really wants to strike out here. And he is ahead in the count. The question is, do you trust your catcher to go off speed and to block one up here? Wisniewski's had a lot of work at that. 1-2 the count on Francione. Rummel trying to break on top here. That one tried to go off speed and it just hung way high, and it's 2-2. Wind blowing in, but it's a big park anyway. This is definitely not a home run park. 2-2 the count. Tapper foul. He waited on that breaking ball and saw that it was might get a little bit of the plate, so he spoiled it.
He's
good piece of hitting.
Battling right here. Francione trying to get something he can handle, trying to get this job done. 2 runners in scoring position here. That's a big spot, even though it's only the first inning.
holding it 2-2. Padgett ready. Toward third foul, so the battle continues. Having a Rummel legacy family. His father, Sean, of course, went and played at Rummel. His uncle as well. Runners second and third. Good look. 2-2 to count. Toward the left side, we'll get a run home. And nobody. Oh, you've got to get it out there. It's an RBI for Francione and a 1-0 lead for Rummel. A good base running by Ball at second base.
Yeah, that was really the only play I think Bergeron was looking at, was possibly going after Ball over at second, but he did not make the throw. He just kind of froze and held on to it. Ball takes him into the hole. You see Ball's a good way off of second base right there. If he would have came up shooting straight to second, they definitely would have had a play. Second baseman, as you can see there, a little late getting over to the base. That was probably the play. Brother Martin not able to get anything out of that one.
That's got to go as a base hit for Francione and an RBI. And a strike is called. It's 0-1 on Charlie Beck, who's at 254 with 15 RBI. Francione with his 9th RBI. Good at bat there. He fought.
Yeah, it was a great at bat. Fought a lot. Pitches off, got something he could handle a little bit better, and got it in the hole.
Padgett's 0-1 in the dirt. Nice block by Wisniewski. And that's big because you would have ended up with 2 more runners in scoring position. Instead, the double play remains in order. Good look at Wisniewski. 2 sports star himself. And again, an unusual combination, as we talked about, wrestling and baseball. 1-1. Hard hit ball. What a catch by Repath. Double play. A potential game changer there. Beck hit it on the screws, turns into a 4-6 double play. Rummel done with a run and 2 hits, and after 1, the Raiders 1 and the Crusaders nothing on the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase. This portion of the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase is presented by Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905, with locations downtown, in Metairie, and in Mandeville. Joseph A. Bank. One to nothing Rummel as we go to the second. Luke Lacoste at 17 pitches through 1 inning. Faced a minimum, though he walked the leadoff hitter, had a double play, as did Brother Martin in the first inning. And here is Brendan Brown, cleanup hitter and left fielder. Misses the first one. Brown, very strong young man, leads this team in home runs with 3 and an RBI with 22. 255 the average. Fastball just missed the outside corner. 1-1.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player, really put together. I know Coach Wiz wants to get him swinging it, get him hot again. That'll be a big part of this lineup.
Fast strike from Lacoste makes it 1-2. Lacoste really working that outside edge here early on. 1-2. Breaking ball didn't break. It's 2-2. Got him swinging. Stayed away with the fastball.
Good fastball on the outer part of the plate. Brown swings through it for out number 1. Lacoste looks a little bit more settled here in the second than he did in the first inning.
Zach Repath will bat. Second baseman. Breaking ball bounced up there to Repath, who's a good hitter, but he's scuffled of late. Was hitting cleanup. Got him in the 5-hole at 224 with 7 driven in. And now 2-0. Swinging and lining up base hit to center. That'll get Repath going. And sometimes that's what you need to do to get guys going. Give them the hit privilege with a favorable count. At 2-0, he knew he was going to get a fastball out over the plate, and he knew what to do with it.
Got a good fastball towards the outer part of the plate. Did a nice job of staying on it and drilling it out into center field for a single. Good job of staying on the baseball, taking it right back through the middle.
First pitch to Dominic Robert is away, the designated hitter for Brother Martin tonight. Robert homered in the first game of this 2-game series out at Maestri Field. Really hit it well. 250 with 4 RBI, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. So once again, Lacoste falling behind hitters, much like he did in the first.
Mike Capo down in the third base coach's box for Brother Martin, telling his hitters, be patient. They can come in there with something we can handle.
And another high one makes it 3-0. So again, Lacoste not able to find his rhythm. Unable to command pitches as Mark Wisniewski, the Dean of Coaches and District 9-5A, looks on. And a strike from Lacoste makes it 3-1. Repath with 1 stolen base on the season. Not going. Popped him fouling out of play. And it's now full at 3-2. And we'll watch Repath here. See if they test Fury, who's caught most of the year for Rummel. They have the freshman Jackson Denny's, who catches some as well. 3-2 the count. Runner not going, ball 4. Surprised he went off speed there?
Yeah, they're just trying to figure things out with him right now, just trying to see what he has the best feel for, what he can consistently throw for strikes. And Brother Martin is in a position where they're going to have to be patient and make Lacoste come to them. And you don't want to help this guy out. You know, he's not feeling it right now. You don't want to help him out. You want to make sure you're very disciplined and you know what you're trying to get up there as a hitter.
So 2 on for Brother Martin. And just 1 out, and Andre Rovens, left fielder, will bat. An opportunity to try to even up this game. Rovens hits it up the middle to short. Bobble by Cook. Step on second, though. LeBlanc to get the out. Ball took a tough hop. Good job by LeBlanc to get there and make the play for the force. On the play, Repath to third with 2 outs.
You know, it's not this way now, but last year, as we'll see it again real quickly, ground ball up the middle. Cook caught that in between hop, but LeBlanc was able to pick it up and step on the base. It's not the case right now, but last year, Coach Wiz, Brother Martin, Mark Wisniewski, had more years coaching in the league than all the other coaches in the district combined. So he's been doing it for a while, and Brother Martin's been really good the last 5 or 6 seasons, really good.
Lacoste gets ahead. That's been rare as he throws a strike to Cole Strombo. Left-handed hitter trying to do some 2-out damage here. Runners at the corners. And a delayed steal, and he'll get there. So Rovin steals second. Now a base hit could put Brother Martin on top.
That's a big spot. We talk about it all the time. 2-out hitting. Who gets them and who doesn't get them? That usually separates winners and losers. So big spot right here with 2 outs. Can Brother Martin deliver?
On 1-1. Taps it foul right around the plate area. Fury pounces on it, but it's a foul ball. And it's 1-2 on Strombo. And change speeds on him there and had him out in front. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 outs. Strombo looking for the big hit. Lacoste trying to extricate himself from this jam. And the hitter steps up. Rovens runs pretty well at second. He can probably score on a base hit. 1-2. Down and out. Fury blocked it up nicely. And it's 2-2.
Oh, Fury's got to be a wall back there right now. Anything gets by him, we'll have a tie game. He needs to make sure that if something's down, he's blocking it up, keeping it in front of him.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 outs. And Lacoste pitching. Swing and a miss. He got him on a breaking ball. And Lacoste out of the jam with a pair of strikeouts in the inning. 3 in the game. Bottom of the second coming. 1-0 Raiders on WHNO TV 20. Time now for Traditions, presented by Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905. Rummel is celebrating a pair of anniversaries on the baseball diamond this spring. It was 20 and 30 years ago, respectively, when the Raiders won state baseball titles. Those teams will be honored here at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium Friday night, where Rummel plays host to Holy Cross. Very steep tradition at Archbishop Rummel in baseball. Luke LeBlanc leads it off, takes the ball outside. Jackson Denny's and Jake Fury to follow. Think about that Rummel baseball program. Tom Schwanner, Larry Schneider, Frank Cazzo. Strike called, David Beaudry, Nick Monica. It's a pretty strong cast of characters, Danny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great coaches over the years at Rummel. Always been one of the top baseball programs in South Louisiana.
There's a base hit for Lane LeBlanc. I say it all the time. That kid's got a really good swing. Very short to the ball. And talk about what I mean there when I say that, about being short to the ball.
There's no wasted movement within the swing. I mean, he gets the barrel into the zone very quickly. He got into a ball in the first meeting between these two teams, hit it off the wall at UNO, a deep drive, and he's seeing it. He's feeling good. He's got a quick, compact little swing, as you mentioned.
For some reason, left-handed hitters always look good anyway. So.
Love left-handed hitters.
Here's Jackson Denny's talented young freshman.
My 2-year-old has picked up the bat, and he swings it left-handed. And I will not change that. I can assure you. It will not change.
Make sure he throws that way, too.
He throws right-handed.
Oh, boy.
Perfect.
Throw to first, runner back is LeBlanc. Dives back, and Rummel loves to run now. This is a team that swiped 50 bases in 55 attempts this year. Didn't have to run in the first game against Brother Martin. Pitch missing inside to Denny's. It's 2-0. This is a very talented young freshman here, 6'3", 215. He can pitch and has a good arm. He can catch and has a good arm. He can hit something. He's at 296 with a homer, 10 driven in. The 2-0. Ooh, big swing and a miss. Good pitch. That one was down in the zone. Good location, 2-1. And Denny's was gone for the pump there.
Yeah, pitch had a little late movement on it. That was a nice pitch by Padgett. Had some late run on it. Good sink.
On 2-1, brings it, and he hit him. So Denny's will trot to first. It's 2 on, nobody out. Pitch ran in on him, and now Jake Fury in an obvious bunt situation here.
As Denny's taking it for the team right off that front shoulder. Little trot down to first base, and Rummel in business right now. First and second, nobody out. We'll see if Nick Monica puts a sacrifice bunt on or if he plays for the big inning. Just depends on the coach's philosophy. It's very early in the game.
Denny's a tight end on the Raider football team, and here's Jake Fury, outstanding defensive end on the Raider football team. There's a hard bunt to the mound, and the play is at third, and he's late. He hesitated. Now the ball kicks away. LeBlanc's going to hold there. Well, the play was there. The bunt was a little bit too hard. He hesitated a little bit, Danny.
Yeah, and you can't hesitate. You got to understand that the biggest thing whenever a team is going to bunt is to get an out. You have to get an out somewhere, and that's a big mistake. And they might pay for that now with bases loaded, nobody out. You've got to have an out somewhere on the diamond, right back to the mound. But if you don't immediately go get them, you're not going to be able to do it. And Brother Martin in a pretty big jam right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a sacrifice. He'd have beaten the throw on the hesitation. So, and a fielder's choice allows a runner to reach. So it's first, second, and third. Bases jammed, nobody out. And here's Ron Franklin. And he got hit by a pitch. That pitch was scary up around the neck. He'll trot to first, and it's a 2-0 Rummel lead. That's kind of scary there when you see it up and in that fashion.
Yeah, back-to-back hit by pitches. Got him towards the upper part of the numbers on the back of the jersey there. So
that'll get Mark Wisniewski to the mound as his young sophomore is struggling on the mound. He's hit 2 batters in this inning, and then the hesitation play. You got to get an out, as you mentioned. When you give good teams an extra out, man, you pay dearly, and he sets up what could be a big inning for Rummel because they flipped their lineup, and now you have their best hitter.
At this level, it almost never fails where if you don't get an out on a bunt, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for the big inning. Got to get outs on bunts.
Conversation complete.
Coach was trying to settle Padgett down. You know, you're trying to minimize damage right here. 2-0. You know, if you can get out of this only maybe down 3-0, 4-0, you know, you're still in the ball game. You just don't want this to turn into 6 or 7-0.
Lance Malter starts to warm up in the Brother Martin bullpen. Is Zach Cook, who singled to left and scored the first Rummel run. Bases loaded, no outs. Cook attacks the fastball and fouled it back. He was all over that pitch.
Well, this Rummel team swings the bat. I was impressed with what I saw at UNO in the first meeting between these two teams. They're out there ready to get after it offensively.
Lance Malter warming for the Crusaders. Padgett stepped off, wants to talk to Wisniewski. It's a big sequence here. Brother Martin got out of the first on a line drive double play to minimize the damage. And that's the task here for the Crusaders, is to try to minimize the damage yet again. Understanding that Lacoste hasn't been very sharp either thus far. That's why they want to stay close and give themselves an opportunity. 0-1 the count on Zach Cook, who's driven in 21 on the year. Good breaking ball, but it just missed outside. 1-1. Cook was on that pitch, though. You could tell that he recognized breaking ball.
Yeah, and that was a good take early in the count. You know, you're in there trying to get a fastball that you can drive. Bases loaded, nobody out.
1-1 the count on Zach Cook. And it's 2-1. Denny's third. Rivera, the courtesy runner, at second. Cade Rivera. And Franklin at first. Down and out, 3-1. And now Padgett has to come in with a fastball in this situation. Good look at Cook. Nice young man.
And Padgett's got to split the plate right here. Nowhere to go. So Cook's going to get something great to hit. If not, Rummel will be up 3-0.
Strike called over the inside edge. Got the call, and it's full 3-2. Payoff pitch, and he hits him. Sorry you missed it, but he gets hit by a pitch, and that's another run, so it's a 3-0 ball game.
Yeah, just way too many mistakes here in this inning at this level by Padgett to be plunking all these guys, and you still have bases loaded, nobody out in the heart of this Rummel lineup. Rummel's got all their all their hitters coming to the plate right now. Lacoste, Ball, and deck. Francione in the hole. So Brother Martin's playing with fire.
Still nobody out. Lacoste struck out swinging his first time, has a chance to help himself. Morgan on instructions from the dugout, killing for time to get Malter ready.
There's a good look at Luke Lacoste, center fielder for the Raiders, also pitches as he's doing tonight. Here comes Coach Wiz. He might make the move.
Yeah, he might make the move. That's why Morgan went out there on instructions from the dugout to try to kill as much time as he possibly could to allow Malter to be ready. And he'll make the call. So we will have a pitching change. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher when we return in a moment. 3-0 Rummel over Brother Martin on the first NBC Bank Rev Showcase. New pitcher for Brother Martin is the senior Lance Malter. The numbers on Malter on the year. Now, he was hurt, Danny, and this is a guy that, if healthy, was considered maybe their ace this year coming back as a senior. Another tall guy that, when healthy, he's got good stuff.
Yeah, he had a really good summer form in American Legion play. Was the leader of that pitching staff last summer, and it was definitely the guy that they were looking to coming into 2017. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, he's trying to overcome that injury and starting to kind of get things going again. So biggest thing right now for him is to try to stop the
Here's
Raiders.
Lacoste, and he takes it just inside for ball one.
He's got to try to stop this Rummel offense because they're in a pretty good spot right here in the bottom of the second.
Good look at Luke Lacoste as he waits from the right side, the 1-0. Fast strike, and Malter can throw. He can throw 85, 86 now. He's got a pretty good fastball. 1-1 the count. Eminently capable of stopping this rally here. Lacoste shoots a line drive base hit to left. Hit it too hard for more than one run to score. It's a 4-0 ball game as Lacoste tries in his 12th run of the year.
That ball was absolutely drilled out to left field. Luke Lacoste got a fastball that he could do something with. Hit it so hard, as you mentioned, no chance of sending the second runner as Nick Monaghan had to throw up the stop sign for Franklin.
And now Lyle Ball, who walked his first time, will bat.
Another look at it as Luke got into that one. Nice short stroke. Delivers with the bases loaded.
Ball takes a good breaking ball for a strike, so Malter uses the hook to get ahead. Ball chops it over the mound. Shortstop up with it, throws to first. Bergeron gets the out, but a run scores. And it's 5-0 Rummel. As Franklin able to cross the plate, and the other runners advance. Ball did the job. Put the ball in play, middle of the diamond.
Got it past the pitcher. Able to score run number 5. So this is starting to become a pretty big inning for the Raiders. Already 4 up on the board with runners at second and third, just 1 out.
Here's Evan Francione, singled home the first run, a deep short. Infield in. Strike is called. Opens up a lot of holes for Francione if he can put it in play. And now a runner at second base. So going to get Lacoste, the pitcher, off the field. Normally a real good runner, but you want to get him in the dugout, right? And the Raiders will send Austin Bloom in to run for him. Missed the inside edge on a breaking ball. It's 1-1. Interesting, too, because Rummel's two best base runners happen to be their two best pitchers, Cook and Lacoste, so they can't always be running the bases.
Right, they get courtesy run for a good bit.
1-1 the count, although this guy can really run. It's at the plate right now. Shoots it foul to right, does Francione. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Raiders with a 5-0 lead here in the second. And Francione trying to add some more. Breaking ball hammered to left for a base hit. One run is home. They're going to send the second runner now, stop him. And diving back in there is Bloom. And it's a 6-0 ball game. Well, they've hit those balls too hard for more than one run.
Yeah, they've hit them so hard. Nick Monica really wants to be able to wave that second run in, just can't do it. That ball is jumping out there. Another absolute shot out in the left field, and the Raiders are seeing Malter pretty well. I mean, it was set up nicely, as we mentioned. Bases loaded, nobody out with the meat of their order coming to the plate.
And now a chance for Charlie Beck. He had the daylights on one his first time, but a leaping catch by Repath at second turned into a double play. Looked like a big play at the time and got Brother Martin out of a perhaps bigger jam, but they've gotten themselves in deep trouble again. Down, and a good pickup by Wisniewski to keep the runner at first, 1-0. And again, that's Francione at first, who can really run. 1 ball and no strikes. Francione, 12 stolen bases on the year. Rummel has real good speed in its lineup, especially at the top. Not going, and it's 2-0. I would expect them to try to go at some point in this at bat. Or do you want to keep the train rolling and just let them stay put?
You want to keep the train rolling, but you also have a double play in order right now that could end the inning with one pitch. So you'd like to be able to take that out of
and make the catcher throw through as well, right? Never mind. when you do that, it doesn't matter. Line drive base hit by Beck to left field, and it's 7-0 Rummel as they're teeing off.
I mean, they are absolutely shooting the ball out into left field. I mean, these base hits are as hard as you're going to hit them. It looks like the same base hit over and over and over.
So the Raiders continue to pound the baseball, and it's 7-0.
Have a look at it. As Beck gets a pitch on the inner third, turns on and gets the bat head out in front, and shoots another single, hard singles in the left field.
And now Lane LeBlanc bats, 1-0 the count.
And this is what Brother Martin didn't want. You know, they had to try to keep it at 3 or 4. We even talked about staying away from 6 or 7. Well, the Raiders now have 7.
1-0. Strike call to LeBlanc, who singled up the middle in hard fashion his first time. Well, they've hit a lot of balls hard in both games of this series. Brother Martin bullpen action again. Antoine Harris warming up in the dirt. Nice block by Wisniewski. And it's 2-1. So Harris throws in the bullpen. 2 balls and a strike. And another. That's high. Make it 3-1. Denny's on deck. LeBlanc's going to look for one he can drive here. Has a home run on the year. (3-1). That's high. Bases loaded. 1 out. Jackson Denny's will have another big opportunity.
Brother Martin just can't catch a break here in a nightmarish bottom of the second inning. Bases loaded again.
So here's Denny's, who was hit by a pitch earlier in this inning. She becomes the 11th batter to hit in the inning for Rummel. Still only 1 out. And Malter pitching from the stretch, and a drive into left center is a base hit by Denny's. One run is home. Second runner for the plate. The throw is not in time. That allows Denny's to get to second. Throw to third. He's safe. Good base running by the Raiders. Good hitting by the Raiders. And it's 9-0 Raiders.
And Denny's hit that one extremely hard out to center field. That allowed Nick Monica to send a second runner in. And now Rummel with an 8th spot and still going here in the bottom of the second inning, up 9-0. Denny's got this pitch, fastball, straight fastball out over the plate. Gets it out there in the center. There's Nick Monica waving that second runner. Hadn't been able to do it yet because they were hitting those balls to left so hard, but that one gave him the opportunity to wave the backside guy in as well.
Jake Fury had a sacrifice earlier in the inning and reached on a fielder's choice. Two more runners in scoring position here. Jake took it high and away, 1-1. Eight-run inning, 9-0 Raiders, and infield's in again. Which will help Fury. And he drives it into left center. Hit it pretty well. That's going to get a run home. Left fielder will make the catch. Rovens, his throw is going to be cut off. And it's a 10-0 Rummel lead on a sacrifice fly by Fury, who did his job.
Jake Fury sacrificing his way through the bottom of the second. He's already had a sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly here in the second inning as he got into that one and drove it far enough into the outfield for Rummel to tag and score run number 10.
Quite a legacy in that family in Rummel. Blaine Fury, the father, and of course Matt Fury, Nate Fury, and now Jacob Fury. But they're running out of Furies. So
there's only so many Furies.
There's only so many Furies. That's unbelievable. What a shame. 0-1 the count on Ron Franklin. And of course we're here at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, Rag Sherman Field, where Nate Fury was a star pitcher here for the Delgado Dolphins. Franklin took it down and out. Franklin was hit by a pitch and drove in a run earlier in this inning. That seems like a long time ago.
It does. It's been quite an offensive outburst here in the bottom of the second for Rummel.
1-1. Ooh, he had a good cut at that pitch, which was right down the middle, fouled it back. 1-2. Good look at Ron, who's another true sports star. Rummel has a lot of football players that play baseball.
Oh, it's a good
or maybe baseball players that play football.
It's a good combination. It's usually tough, strong players, competitive players.
Oh, checked his swing on a ball up and in, fouled it back. Didn't mean to. As we saw in the first game of this series, when Ron plays infield, he'll play shortstop when Zach Cook is pitching. Otherwise, he's an outfielder for the Raiders. It's pretty versatile to have a guy move from the outfield to shortstop. 1-2 the count. Pitch to Franklin. Right side foul. Off the handle and hangs tough at 1-2. They've been able to foul off a lot of pitchers here too. Brother Martin pitching just hasn't been able to finish hitters in this game.
Yeah, they've really swung the bats well this inning. You got to tip your cap to this Rummel offense. Yeah, I was impressed with them in the first matchup between these two teams, and even more impressed, I think, tonight.
Swing and a miss, and Malter gets Franklin in the inning. Comes to an end, but Rummel comes up with 9 runs in the inning. On 5 hits, they strand the runner, and after 2, 10-0 Raiders on top. This portion of the first NBC Bank Rep Showcase is presented by the Acadia Music Fest, Saturday, October 28th in Thibodaux. For the latest news on this fall's lineup, Visit acadiamusicfest.net. One-sided affair thus far, 10-0 Rummel on top as we go to the third. Luke Lacoste, the beneficiary of that barrage offensively, helped himself with an RBI single and delivers outside for ball one to Wisniewski, who will be followed by Bergeron and Morgan. It's pitch number 38 for Lacoste. Wisniewski takes another down. It's 2-0, and Lacoste has not been sharp. He's walked two already, and he's been behind in counts on a regular basis, so it's the one thing Brother Mark can take some solace in here. There's a strike. Wisniewski making him throw one. It's 2-1. But Lacoste also has 3 strikeouts. And he's high 3-1. Much like Cook in the first game of this series, he just doesn't look that comfortable out there. And he walks Wisniewski. So walk the 9-hole hitter with a 10-0 lead. That'll make a coach's hair turn gray a little bit.
I'm sure Nick Monica and his staff are scratching their heads a little bit as to why in the world would we do that after putting up 9 on the board.
Patrick Canera, courtesy runner at first for Wisniewski. Now you get Joel Bergeron as Nick Monica looks on with his staff. You can see the head shaking. You know exactly how coaches feel.
Oliver Lacoste shaking his head there.
There's a strike from Luke at 0-1.
You know, big lead, pound the zone. Oliver just said, let's go. Let's go. Absolutely. Pound the zone. Big lead.
Here's the 0-1. Bergeron taps it foul, and now Lacoste ahead 0-2. He just hasn't been able to pitch from ahead pretty much all evening thus far, but he's ahead here. And that's big because then you can expand the zone a bit, and he likes to change speeds. He's very adept at doing that. So it makes him a good pitcher. 0-2 the count. Canera with a short lead. In the dirt, that's a wild pitch. So on 0-2, he'll advance the runner to second, and the struggles continue with command for Lacoste. Takes the double play out of play. Now Bergeron can drive home a run with a base hit. Ooh, dropped a breaker that I guess was high, and it's 2-2. Pretty good looking pitch there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not a bad pitch at all. Didn't miss by much.
Bergeron with 8 driven in on the year. Would like to make it 9 right here. And now 3-2. So again, even with this deficit, when you have a pitcher struggling to find the zone, you're not out of this game. 3-2 the count. And just missed the outside edge, so back-to-back walks. And here comes Nick Monica. You know, they've got to be just beside themselves in the Rummel dugout with a 10-run lead and back-to-back walks to start the third.
It's just something that you have to stay away from in close games, especially when you've got a big lead.
Well, this game was certainly not the kind of game we expected, at least to this point. But earlier today, there was a great game played in District 10 3A between Lutcher and De La Salle, and Ethan Bland was the master of all he surveyed. He struck out 11, including striking out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's number 1, there's number 2, and to make things final, he took care of Ryan Hamrick to end the game as Lutcher beat De La Salle 2-1 to get the upper hand in that district race. 2 good teams, Bulldogs and the Cavaliers. Well, Lacoste got a long talking to from his coach, Nick Monica, and now Trey Morgan with a chance to do some damage. Struck out swinging in the first. It turned into a double play as he fell in front of the catcher trying to throw to second. And down for a ball, 1-0. You don't want to get your bullpen up with a 10-run lead, but obviously if he continues to struggle to throw the ball over the plate, at some point Nick Monica is going to bite. That's right down the middle, and it's 1-1.
You want to challenge these hitters. You know, you're fighting for outs here with a big lead. You're just trying to pitch to contact and get outs.
Morgan puts a charge into it, foul, rips it into their bullpen area, and the count goes to 1-2. A good example of his quick bat right there. 1-2 the count. As the freshman Morgan settles back in. And another. Swung on and missed. Well, again, that's what happens when you get that and the count.
And that was a good pitch by Luke to bury that breaking ball down and away. Got Morgan to chase it for the first out.
Strikeout number 4 for Lacoste, and he's twice gotten Morgan. That's not easy to do. Bottom dropped out.
Yeah, fell off the table, buried it down and away. Morgan offers. And there's your first
his
out.
movement is as good as you're going to find anywhere. That's what makes him good, his ability to change speeds and get the ball moving. That's off the end of the bat from Bonifons, and it's 0-1. Bonifons flew out to center his first time. Good look at Mason. 2 aboard via walks here for Brother Martin in the third, trying to get something going. Good crowd watching. In the dirt, nice pickup. Not only a block, but a good pickup by Fury on the short hop, and it's 1-1. So a good crowd here tonight, Danny. I mean, they're standing down the outfield line and packed, especially on that side. 1-1 the count. And again, hit the glove, but off the plate, and it's 2-1. And the plate has been a little tight tonight. But that's what happens when you have pitchers that haven't got great command.
Yeah, the more strikes you throw, the more calls you get. So you got to be around the zone if you want to get borderline calls.
Taps it foul over toward his teammate Brendan Brown in the on-deck circle. 2-2. Runner at second. Canaire, courtesy runner. Bergeron at first, so good speed on the bases. On 2-2, Bonifons took it just off the plate. Change up, and it's full 3-2. And again, umpire's not going to give him an inch or two off the plate. That has not happened tonight on either side.
Yeah, that ball was off the outer part of the plate. Didn't get the call there. It was a good job by the home plate umpire not to give that call.
So on 3-2,
off the plate.
Payoff pitch. Bonifons takes another close pitch, called a ball, and the runners will be on first, second, and third with 1 out on 3 walks. Lacoste staring in, wondering what he needs to move. These pitchers are close. They're probably just off the plate. And when you're struggling, again, you're not going to get calls. And he's now walked 5 already, and the bases are loaded with only 1 out. And the cleanup hitter, Brendan Brown, can strike a blow here. Struck out swinging in the second. Breaking ball miss. He just can't command his pitches. And again, no action in the bullpen yet. Again, it's a sizable margin, but this could change in a hurry with all these free base runners.
Well, if you're Brother Martin, you want to try to erase some of those 9 runs as quickly as you can.
This is down, and it's 2-0. And they're just taking, and wisely taking at this point, not expanding the zone.
Big 9 spot in the bottom of the second by the Raiders. So Brother Martin needs to answer, need to do it now if they want to try to get back in this game.
2-0. He swung at that pitch on 2-0, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, expanded the zone there. In a situation where you need to keep things going, you need to keep getting guys on base.
That's off the plate, and it's 3-1. Fury trying to frame it, but it's off the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Well, we talked about Lacoste coming in. He's a great competitor, really good strikeout numbers, doesn't give up a lot of hits. The one number that concerned you were the walks, and that's precisely what he's dealing with here tonight. Has to throw a strike here on 3-1. He does and gets a swing and a miss, full 3-2.
Well, that's what he needs to do. Pound the zone with the fastball. Big, big lead. No reason to be afraid of anybody. No reason to get too cute.
Foul back. A 3-2 pitch to stay alive. Three balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff. And he hits it in the air. Short left. Left fielder coming on. Near the line is there. Drops the ball. The throw is home, and that's a huge mistake. And an easy out at third. And a terrible mistake on the part of the Raiders. Makes it a 10-1 ball game.
2 mistakes right there. As you mentioned, he drops the fly ball and then had the easy force play right in front of him at third, but throws all the way to the plate, and everybody's safe.
Yeah, that's an error, no RBI, because he couldn't have scored on that short fly ball. But that opens the door for Brother Martin. That's 4 free base runners, still only 1 out. This is getting ugly, and Zach Repath will bat. Repath singled sharply his first time, the only hit for the Crusaders. And again, another close pitch. Look at Fury, not happy. 1-0 the count. And this umpire is not going to give Lacoste anything that's just off the plate. 1-0 the count, that's obvious. Popped him up on the infield fly roll. Second baseman took charge. You like to see that. LeBlanc handles it, and that's the second out of the inning. Should have been out of the inning, frankly, but.
Infield fly rule, runners at first and second, or first, second, and third with 0-1 out. So once that goes up, the umpires will point. Infield fly, the batter is out, and the runners advance at their own risk.
Dominic Robert walked his first time, struck a blow in the first game of the series with a home run out at Maestri Field. Boy, wouldn't that be nice for him right now and for his teammates? Pitch on the way, down and out, 1-0. Again, Fury had to go flag that as once again Lacoste falls behind as his pitch count continues to escalate. The 1-0. Good swing, fouled it back, 1-1. Three walks and error. A run home. And the base is loaded with 2 outs. And the 1-1. Breaker in the dirt. Blocked by Fury. It's 2-1. Right down the middle, got the call there, and it's 2-2. When you're struggling out there, you kind of start to feel like you have to split the middle of the plate to get a call. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded, and Robert swings and hits it up the middle. And LeBlanc can't handle it, a run scores, and it's a 10-2 ball game. So Brother Martin taking advantage of the free base runners here, and they've cut the deficit to 8.
Now this has been the opposite of what you really wanted if you were Rummel. After you put up that 9 spot, you want to try to get out there and get a quick inning, get right back in the dugout. You had your opponent on the ropes, but they're making mistakes here in this inning. They've walked too many guys, misplayed the pop-up, misplayed the ground ball, and Brother Martin has a couple runs on the board now because of that.
Yeah, that's 2 errors in the inning for Rummel. Not an easy chance, but a play that could be made and was not. Base is still loaded for Rovens. That pitch is bounced up there, and it's 1-0. With one big blow, Brother Martin can be back in this game. Still down 8, mind you, but Rummel's certainly not playing good baseball right now. It kind of goes like that. When your pitcher struggles, your fielders tend to struggle. And there's another in the dirt. Fury blocks another one, and it's 2-0. This is the 8th batter to hit in the inning. 75 pitches, and we're only in the 3rd inning. Fury having to work overtime. 2-0 the count. He's approaching a 40-pitch inning here. And 3-0 as he threatens to walk home another. And again, how long do you wait before you get somebody up? at this stage. Not all his fault, obviously a couple of errors, but dug a hole. Should have been out of the inning. 3-1. Only the size of the lead protecting Rummel in this situation. There's ball 4, and it's 10-3. Rovens gets an RBI. Everybody keeps moving. It's now 10-3, and Strombo can strike a blow. Strombo struck out swinging in the second. And another pitch in the dirt. Back to the screen, but the runner doesn't come. And it's 1-0. And I mean, he's all over the place. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have anybody tossing yet, because I don't know how much of this I could watch.
I mean, it's amazing. 1-0 the count. This is not what you see from good teams, typically speaking. Got a strike in, and it's 1-1. The thing that Brother Martin's done well this inning is they've made him throw strikes. They're not expanding the zone. Maybe one swing the whole inning on a pitch that might have been out of the zone. That's the right approach. And there's another in the dirt. How many times have we said that? 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. And another. Laid off. It's 3-1, so he threatens to bring home another run. And a smart move by Strombo simply not to swing here. And again, we have to state this is uncharacteristic of what you're used to seeing from this pitcher and from these teams, frankly. 3-2. Now the runners will take off. Merry-go-round begins.
The interesting thing about this pitch right here, Ken, this is a big park. An extra base hit clears the bases.
Without a doubt.
To make it a 10-6 game.
Runners go. Pitch is high. It's 10-4. And they've got to get somebody throwing. RBI for Strombo. Everybody advances. Brother Martin will send its 10th batter of the inning to the plate. There goes a visit to the mound by catcher and third baseman. Maybe the next pitcher is in the field of play right now, which is why you don't see anybody warming up. I mean, that's all you can assume, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're Rummel, you just put 9 up, and you know, you've given almost half of them back.
I mean, it's 7 walks. We haven't played 3 innings. Of course, in defense of him, the inning should have been over with 1 run. A drop fly ball and then a terrible mistake to throw to the wrong base. Everything unearned, of course, here. But does that really matter? Here's Wisniewski. There's a strike. Wisniewski, a walk and a run scored earlier this inning. Strike 2 called. Your team goes out, puts up a big number. You want them to come back and put a 0 up. That's certainly not what's happened here. And he swung on strike 2. Inning's over as Fury touches the plate. So the inning ends with 4 runs crossing the plate without the benefit of a hit. 3 men left on base, and it's 10-4 Rummel, bottom of the 3rd. This portion of the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase is presented by the Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy. For more information on membership plans, camps, clinics, and more, visit LouisianaBSA.com or call 504-733-8660. So 10-4. We go to the bottom of the third inning here. This truly ugly ball game. Zach Cook leads it off for Rummel and takes a ball outside from Malter. Cook has batted twice, singled and scored. Hit by pitch, scored. He's driven home a run. 6-run lead for the Raiders now. Cook takes it down, and it's 2 balls and no strike. And as we said before, these are 2 good teams simply not playing that good right now. And a guy knows a little bit about baseball, football, and everything else. We'll talk about that in a moment. 2-0. Hard hit up the middle off of Malter. That was a shot. Let's hope he's okay. Cook is on with a base hit. He spanked it hard. That ball got Malter. I think it got him in the leg, Danny. We have to see it again to see exactly.
Coach Wiz is going to come out
where it got him.
With the umpire, I think, and take a look at him. It looks like he's saying he's okay. That ball was hit really hard by Cook, who's swinging it well again here tonight. Hit really hard right back at him.
Looked like
deflects off of Malter's, probably around his left knee.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was, he got a little piece of it, but it certainly looked like it got his knee. And now Luke Lacoste will bat. He has a single and RBI, a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Lacoste chops at third base. I want a diving stop. Great play by Bonifants, and he threw him out. That's a fantastic play by Mason Bonifants. You talk about maybe inspiring your team. That'll do it right there because Lacoste runs pretty well.
That's as nice of a high school play in the infield as you're going to see, as Bonifants left his feet, made the catch, got up, and showed a heck of a strong arm with a really nice throw across the diamond. This is as good of a play in the infield as you'll see at this level. On top of the base, gets up, and the arm really showing it off to get to Speedy Lacoste.
Pitch a ball to Lyle Ball, who has walked and driven home a run with a ground out. Frank Monica, the head coach at St. Charles Catholic High School in football, joins us now. Frank, it's always a pleasure, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine, Kenny. I always have an opportunity to enjoy a good baseball game. I try to see as many as I possibly can and try to support my son and Rummel in this particular case. We played this afternoon and had a good win against Newman, and so I get a chance to do a doubleheader today.
There you go. What was the final score there?
5-4.
Oh, good game. 2-0 the count here on Ball. Ball spanks it. Shortstop caught it. So might have been a little bit off the end of the bat. Kind of a knuckled a line drive out there for the second out. And now Francione will bat. And if Malta can put up a 0, the way things are going, Brother Martin's still in this game.
There's no question. It's still baseball, Kenny. You know, you play against outs, and you don't play against the clock like you do in football.
Francione's batted twice, singled twice, scored once, driven home 2. Well, Frank, this is not typical of what you see from these teams with errors, walks all over the place, hit batters.
Drop fly ball, you know.
Drop fly ball, easy chance, really. And then throw to the wrong base when you had an easy out.
Realizing what was in front of me.
Yeah.
He just assumed that the runner at third was going to be there.
1-0 the count on Francione. This is a good-looking athlete here, isn't he?
I'm very, very impressed with the size of the athletes on both sides. They look like football players more than baseball players.
He is. It's a ball down, and it's 2-0. Your buddy Jay Roth enjoyed him catching like 36 passes this year. He's really good. So.
Well, you can tell by their arms, and I mean, there's something there. And they didn't get that through Kellogg's Cornflakes.
Rummel's bullpen is busy now, as we thought it might get at some point. 2-0 the count on Francione. Who strike call. Boy, Francione shook his head about that. It's 2-1. Think he called that a strike or a swing? It's hard to tell, huh? 2-1 the count. Bullpen busy for Rummel. That is Lyle Ball throwing in the bullpen for the Raiders. Walter steps off as Cook's dancing around. Now keep in mind, Cook has been fantastic on the bases this year for Rummel, stealing 17 bases. You got a guy like that at the top of your lineup.
He's got outstanding speed. He's the pitcher. You know, he's a leadoff hitter. I mean, he's been the setup guy all year long.
2-1. Outside 3-1. You got a guy like that, Lloyd Nash, who likes to disrupt things, doesn't he?
Yeah, Kenny, I like him. I like him underneath the center, and I also like him leading off. And he's got several offers already. I think he's gonna be a big time player for us.
3 balls and a strike on Francione. Malter checks Cook and pitches. Strike at the knees, and 3-2 the count. I think one side's thinking that one side's getting calls perhaps, and the other might not be at this point. 3-2 the count.
Been a crazy 3 innings so far.
Francione waits for the 3-2. And he swung and missed, and Malter puts up the 0. Frank, stay with us for another half inning here. A hit and a run stranded after 3. 10-4 Rummel over Brother Martin on WHNO TV 20. This portion of the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase is presented by Park Lakewood Apartments, located on the west bank of St. Charles Parish, a short commute to New Orleans. Park Lakewood Apartments. 87 pitches in 3 innings for Luke Lacoste. They're trying to pick it up here in the 4th inning, and he'll have to face the top of the order with Joel Bergeron, who takes another ball. And again, behind in the count all night, Frank. It's just hard to pitch like that.
The most important pitch in baseball, as everybody knows, is strike one, and then you can go a lot of places from there.
And again, that's the pitch right there. That's another borderline pitch. He is, to his credit, he's not getting any of those calls, Danny.
No, he's not. The umpire's not going off the plate with him. He's making him throw it over the dish. There's
like
a strike call.
Right down the middle, 2-1. And you start to feel that when you're out there. You feel like you got to split the heart of the plate. That ball's hit like a shot to short, but Cook with sure hands and a sure arm for out number 1. So Bergeron retired, and now Trey Morgan is making his way to the plate.
He's got a nice breaking ball, Kenny, with a nice bite on it, and but he just can't use it because he can't get ahead in the count. And it's sometimes he's throwing it at 55 feet.
Zach Cook looking really smooth. Nice job of catching that one out in front, getting a good throw off across the diamond.
And Morgan swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. It's no balls and a strike. And SportsNola.com Prep Baseball, presented by First NBC Bank, as a non-district matchup between Brother Martin and St. Charles Catholic this Saturday. As Morgan fouls one off, you can catch the Crusaders and Comets live Saturday at 11 a.m. only on SportsNola.com. Looking forward to that. Always a pleasure. Danny will have the play-by-play from Laplace. Looking forward to that. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. There's a good breaking ball.
That's it.
Again, Morgan. Well, I mean, it's pretty odd, Danny. He struggled on the mound all night, but he struck out their best hitter, Trey Morgan, all 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about rising to the occasion. Luke has been able to do that against Morgan, and this looks a little bit more like I know Nick Monica wants to see with a big lead.
Here's Monafons, who's walked and scored in 2 trips. Took it up and in, ball 1. Frank, obviously it was a great football season for the Comets this year, making it to the state championship game.
Well, thank you, Kenny. It surprised us all. We didn't know for sure. We knew we had a good quarterback, but after that, we didn't know if we could break the paper coming out of underneath the stadium.
I think you managed to do that. 2-0 the count on Bonifons. Your softball team playing extremely well as usual.
They are. The big game tomorrow. They play against the Riverside Academy tomorrow in the big district matchup. And we've moved that game to tomorrow, Kenny. And also we moved our game against Newman tomorrow.
4-pitch walk here. So just when you think things are getting better for Lacoste, he walks yet another. And now Brendan Brown will come to the plate. That would be 8 walks issued by Lacoste. Brown has reached on an error, scored a run. He struck out. That was the short fly ball to left that was mishandled that opened up that 4-run inning. This is way outside and low. Again, Danny, you got to keep taking, don't you?
Well, you just got to be disciplined. You've got to have a plan of attack, know what you're trying to get in there, not expand the zone. The umpire's not giving you any reason to expand the zone.
Not even close. Wild pitch. Runner to second. It's 2-0.
What you can notice up here, it looks like the catcher's setting up really wide, too. I think he has to probably go more the middle of the plate and make him swing when you have this kind of lead.
Cook comes in to have a few words. Remember, Ball was throwing in the bullpen, but he's on the field playing first base. So if he's going to be the guy you're going to go to, you're going to have to insert him from first base. And you know Nick Monica wanted to get past 4 innings with his starter. 2-0 the count. That's right down the middle, and it's 2-1. Can't defend the walk, can you, Frank?
There's no defense against it, and it puts the defense in a bind also.
And the 2-1. Popped him straight up the chute. Foul territory over near the Brother Martin dugout. Out of play. And the count now even at 2-2.
That's a big, good-looking hitter at the plate there.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player, isn't he? He's put together. Brendan Brown. 2-2 the count. I'm sure every time you see one of those guys, you picture him in royal blue and yellow gold, huh?
He sees a linebacker, huh, Coach?
With an 80 number on it.
With an 80 number on it. 2-2 the count. Runner second, 2 outs. Brown has driven in 22 on the year. Took it over, but just high. Fury tried to frame it. No call. And it's full 3-2. Payoff pitch to Brown. Walked him. So how much longer can you go? That's 9 walks. And Zach Repath has a chance to do some damage. 104 pitches as well, so he's nearing the end one way or the other. Repath hit the ball hard and singled in the second. Popped out to second and the third. Brother Martin's doing exactly what they should do. Take pitches. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. It's 0-1. So, of course, you've been dealing with the split in football for the last few years. Now the nightmare's about to begin with baseball and softball, right?
Yeah, it's going to really begin with the playoff system, the way it's set up now, Kenny.
Strike 2 call. It really is, because not only do you have 12 championships on both sides, but this is outdoors. And if you have rain, you got a problem.
That's exactly right. They talked today about the Sulphur tournament. 96 teams have to report to Sulphur.
96 teams.
Where are they going to put them all?
Good question. This
Where
one
are you going to put all the teams, the fans? I mean, you have people staying probably a good ways away from Sulphur.
1-2 the count. Yeah, Sulphur and Lake Charles are going to love it. It'll be great for them. That's a pretty good 0-2 pitch there. Now it's 1-2. And here's another. And he hangs the breaking ball high. And Fury tried to frame it, but it's high, and it's 2-2. And again, Brother Martin laying off. They are not expanding the zone at all.
This is normally a pretty good breaking ball count, but I think he's going to probably see the fastball.
He just can't command it. He just can't command anything, really. 2-2. Fastball, and it's cranked to center. That's dropping for a hit. Run should score here, and it will. And it's a 10-5 ball game on an RBI single by Repath. Here come the Crusaders. Well, you give them that many chances, they're going to take advantage. They're too good. Here comes Nick Monica. So Repath with his second hit, an RBI single. That's probably going to do it for Lacoste, who just didn't have it, Danny.
Really got into that ball well. Gets it to drop right in front of Francione. Mike Capo waves the runner home, and Brother Martin down 10-0 at one time has cut the Rummel lead in half.
So we'll tell you all about the new pitcher when we return in just a moment. 10-5 Rummel on the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase. The new pitcher for Archbishop Rummel is the right-hander Lyle Ball. The numbers on Ball on the year, pretty good numbers in 13 and a third innings with a good earned run average. He has a save and the 18 strikeouts in 13 and a third. That obviously is a plus for Rummel. The Raiders make changes otherwise. Lacoste stays in the game, moves to left. Franklin moves from left to third, and Beck moves from third to first. And now with 2 on, 2 outs, Brother Martin back in this game with a real shot. Here, Dominic Robert, who's walked and reached on an error, will bat against Ball. Tough evening for Luke Lacoste, as it was for Max Padgett. Fast strike, so Ball comes in and throws a strike. 0-1. Here's Robert. Trying to make this a closer game here. Oh, 1. Again, outside, 1-1. And again, you're not going to get that pitch off the plate. He has been consistent on that. He's not calling that pitch just off the plate.
That's exactly right. The catcher's setting up about 6 inches outside. He's hitting the mitt, but he's not going to get that call.
Right. Well, you mentioned that point earlier about the setup. It's pretty obvious they're not going to call it. Swing and a miss late on that one. It's 1-2.
Well, the biggest thing Rummel needs right now is just a strike thrower, somebody that's going to challenge hitters, because they've kind of set the innings for Brother Martin. It's not so much that Brother Martin has really done a whole lot. Only 2 hits on the board. Rummel's kind of set the table for them.
On 1-2, Ball stretches and pitches. And he threw a breaking ball, and that's in the dirt, 2-2. He'd thrown 3 fastballs, went hook, and out of the zone, 2-2. So
you're exactly right, Danny. I mean, they're just playing station to station right now and waiting for the strikes.
Coach, I'm looking forward to seeing your new turf infield on Saturday.
It's really nice. The outfield is still grass, but the turf is just outstanding.
2-2. And he pops him up a mile high over toward the Brother Martin dugout. Beck going over, no play. It's in the stands, and it holds at 2-2. Well, that really enables you to get more games in, too.
It's very few rainouts, and plus, more importantly, you can practice. You can practice whenever you want to. It takes the drama out of what do you do in practice.
Right.
So, are you going to take infield where you can go out there? Unless it's lightning, you're always going to have a practice. One thing I must mention, we have a big hitting shack, too. We have 4 cages in our hitting shack, so it's brand new also.
Oh, wow. Looking forward to seeing that.
2-2 is in the dirt, so here we go again. Runner to third on a wild pitch. It's 3-2.
Interesting setup now to see with first and third to see what they do if they do break that runner.
Well, it's 2 strikes, 2 outs, so he's going to be running on the pitch. And if you're the first baseman, Beck, you play behind the runner here, which you'll do. But, I mean, again, the problem for Rummel is throwing the ball over the plate here. 9 walks and now a 3-2 count on Robert. And with a runner going from first, an extra base hit could score 2. There he goes. Payoff pitches hit up the middle. That's trouble. LeBlanc got there, long throw. Nice play, got him. And the inning is over, so they get out of it. Frank, thank you so much for spending time with us. Nothing but the best of the college. See you this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
Frank
you for
Monaco.
judging high school
10-5
baseball.
Back in a moment here on WHNO. Here's a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule, brought to you by Park Lakewood Apartments. Softball, weather permitting, this Thursday on SportsNoah.com. 2 powers, the Mount Carmel Cubs, Don Curtis Patriots. Again, that's weather permitting Thursday at 5. Tape delay WHNO Saturday at noon. And then baseball, as mentioned, St. Charles Catholic hosting Riverside in a showdown game. You can watch it live on Sports NOLA on April 5th at 4 p.m. Tape delay WHNO April 7th at 4:30. Looking forward to it. Nick Monica looking on, concerned now. And here is Charlie Beck to start it off against Malter in the bottom of the 4th. Malter bounced it up there. Malter put a 0 up there. Last inning, needed that. Beck's hit the daylights out of it twice. Lined into a double play in the 1st and lined an RBI single and scored a run in the 2nd. Now playing first base after opening the game at 3rd. 1-0. Again, just off the plate. They're not going to call it. 2-0. Makes for a long night, too.
Oh, it's been a long night. You're right about that one.
I'm not suggesting you call all of them strikes by any stretch of the imagination. That's off the plate. It's 3-0. But we do see some umpires who are more generous with zones. It's all about consistency, whether you're consistently tight or consistently looser. 3-0 pitch. High, and it's a walk. Beck trots to first. Well, Lacoste went 3 2/3. He allowed just 2 hits. 5 runs, only 1 earned. But he walked 9 guys and threw 2 wild pitches, struck out 6.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, and you said it right from the get-go to watch the walk numbers. Just walking too many guys. When he was in the zone, they didn't do a whole lot with him. Rummel was helping set the table for Brother Martin's offense, and that's why they've been able to cut the lead in half.
Here's LeBlanc, took it high. Lane is singled, scored, walked, and scored. Good look at Lane LeBlanc. Came on really strong last year in the second half for Rummel. Couldn't get him out of the lineup once he got in. 1-0. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. 10-5 Raiders in the bottom of the 4th. Normally, you'd think a 5-run lead looks pretty big. Not tonight, with the way this one is unfolding. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Missed away. It's 2-1. Malter looks into Wisniewski. 3-1. High and tight. Denny's waits on deck. And if you're Nick Monica, you want your team to get that offense restarted, because you can't feel totally comfortable with the way things are tonight.
You don't want to sit on 10. You want to try to keep adding on and get yourself back ahead like you were at one point in time.
3 balls and a strike. Down and out, so back-to-back walks. Haven't we seen that somewhere before? And now Jackson Denny's will bat. He's been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and he laced a 2-run single as well back in the 2nd inning. And Mark Wisniewski visits the mound. The bullpen is busy for Brother Martin again.
Well, they've gotten themselves back in the game only down by 5, a big difference from being down by 10. So Coach Wiz out there trying to see if they can prevent Rummel from increasing this lead. Brother Martin probably feeling okay right now, much better than he did a little while ago. But, you know, if you let him get it back up to 7, 8 runs, it's going to be really tough.
As Antoine Harris throws in the bullpen for Brother Martin. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Jackson Denny's at the plate. Now has 12 RBI on the year. Brother Martin hosts for the double play ball. Denny's takes it down for ball 1. Well, we've mentioned it continuously in this game and in others we've done. A lot of good freshman contributors to these teams. It's not something we would have seen in years past in this league, Danny.
Now, you don't always see freshmen playing in the Catholic League, so the future is out there already.
Wisniewski throws to second. Nice save there. Leaping to snare it by Bergeron. It's 2-0. Wisniewski saw Beck had taken some liberties. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's a very young Brother Martin team. Rummel playing a lot of freshmen this year, so the future of the league is already on the diamond.
2 balls and no strikes. And another. That bounced up there, and it's 3-0. Nice block by Wisniewski to keep the runners intact. Fury on deck. But Malter digging a hole here. 3 balls and no strikes. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Denny's waits for the 3-1. Malter delivers, and it's hit hard to third. This should turn. Second for one. First and double play. As they turn the double play, 5-4-3 and 2 outs. That's another big play for Brother Martin.
Really nice turn there on the Brother Martin infield. That was extremely close to being a triple play, but Bonifants did the right thing, got rid of it quick enough for the turn, and Bonifants has really played a nice third base here tonight for Brother Martin.
Now, despite the 2 walks, a chance to get out of this for Malter. Put another 0 up as Fury bats. He's had a sacrifice fly to produce a run and a sacrifice bunt as well. High for ball 1. Anytime you see a 0 go up in this game, it's a big deal. 1-0 the count. Malter brings it. Ooh, he had a good cut at that fastball down the middle. Fouled it back. 1-1. That's a guy hunting for an RBI with that swing. Good look at Jacob. 1-1 the count. Malter brings it in the dirt, but doesn't squirt away far enough for the runner to try to score. And it's 2-1. Beck at third. And here's Fury back in. 2 balls and a strike. Brother Martin's turned 2 double plays in the game now. Rummel's turned 1. And the 2-1. It's way outside. It's 3-1. Now he does have a base open, and it is a left-handed hitter. You got a right-handed hitter in Franklin on deck. 3 balls and a strike. And another. And he expanded his own. Trying to drive in a run, and he swung at ball 4. It's 3-2.
He needs to get a little bit better pitches than that on a 3-1 count.
Yeah, he went off speed and out of the zone. He's basically telling him, I'm not going to give in. 3-2 the count. Here it is. It's way out of the zone and walked him anyway. Point being that Malter was pitching around. He gave him that one pitch down the middle, and he had a vicious hack at it. And after that, everything was off speed and out of the zone. Fury will get a runner, Rivera, for first. Now this kid, Rivera, running at first, a really good athlete. Kate Rivera, excellent basketball player, but a really good baseball player. But unfortunately, he's got an injury that prevents him from playing the field right now. Otherwise, you'd be seeing him out there. He's a freshman. Serves primarily as their courtesy runner as a result. Here's Franklin, who's been hit by a pitch to drive in a run, scored a run. He's 0 for 1. Runner goes, pitches a strike. They're going to throw through. Runner from third back to the bag, and he is safe. So smart base running there. Beck knew just how far he could get, and that enables Franklin, not Franklin, but Rivera to steal second.
Well, that's really good to see with Coach Nick Monaco over at Rummel kind of opening up the competition, if you will, and allowing these younger players to compete and win the jobs that they've been able to win.
Franklin hits it like a shot to center field. Center fielder lays up, and he didn't catch it. 1 run is home, 2 runs are home. Franklin's breaking for second. He slides safely in there with what has to be a 2-run double, and it's a 12-5 ball game.
Anytime a defensive player has to leave their feet, it's always tough. And the center fielder for Brother Martin, Strombo, not able to come up with the catch. He gave it a great effort. Ball was kind of tailing away, leaves his feet, not able to pull it in.
Yeah, never did have it in the pocket of his glove. He was totally outstretched because the ball was slicing away from him.
Absolutely.
It was hit so hard. Here's a ball in the dirt to Cook Franklin holds second. It's 1-0. That's a big 2-run double by Franklin. Kind of stems the tide for Rummel.
Yeah, it kind of gets Rummel going again offensively, gets him back out to a 7-run, a substantial type lead.
1-0 the count. Cook waits. Took it away. 2-0. Cook has been on all 3 times. 2 singles, hit by a pitch. He scored twice and driven home a run. So, as we said in our open, right? Keep cooking, right?
That's it. He's had a great senior season and big part of Rummel's success.
He swings and smashes at the short. Right to Bergeron, though. Throw is on the money. Inning is over. Rummel plates 2 on 1 hit. Stranded runner. They've left 4. 1 in each inning. 12-5 Raiders after 4. This portion of the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase is presented by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. So this score fest continues. It's 12-5 Rummel as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And Andre Rovens will lead it off against Lyle Ball. Squared the bunt, took it in the dirt. Rovens has reached on a fielder's choice, stolen a base, and walked. And there's a win in this for Lyle Ball if he can finish the deal because he came in the 4th inning. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. That's low. It's 2-0. Came in and got Robert out to end the last half inning. Did Ball. There's another ball. So here we go again, 3-0. Haven't we seen this before? Just been that kind of night. This happens in baseball sometimes, doesn't it? He said. 3-1. You're speechless, is that it?
No comment.
Okay. Well, it does happen in baseball sometimes. 3-1 the count, and it just happens to be occurring tonight.
Oh, it's a slow mover.
And there's ball 4, so there's yet another leadoff walk. It's dizzying, isn't it? That's number 10 issued by Rummel pitching. And here's Strombo, who's got one of those walks, which drove in a run in the 4th. He's also a fan. Casey Stengel wants to say, can anybody here play this game? It's more like, can anybody here throw a strike? Nope. Ball 1, 1-0. Looked like Walter might be able to get out of that last half inning, despite the 2 walks after the double play, but then the big 2-out, 2-run double. Now Brother Martin trying to build an inning. That's right in there, and it's 1-1. You find yourself almost begging for strikes tonight. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, just take that fastball and pound the zone. Let's play a little defense.
Yes, sir. 1 ball, 1 strike. Franklin in on the grass at 3rd. Ball is pitching. Fouled back to the screen, 1-2.
No big lead for Rummel, 7 runs. You know, Ball needs to be on the attack up there. Make Brother Martin earn whatever they get. If they get back in the game, they got to do it on their own.
On 1-2, here's another pitch. Good pitch. Breaking ball got him. Another good pitch by Ball as he turned it over and gets the strikeout of Strombo for out number 1.
Came on the inner part of the plate there with the breaking ball, froze him up, gets the call for out number 1.
So with 1 out, here is Wisniewski. He's walked and scored and struck out. Took a strike, 0-1. They continue to take, down by 7, and of course because of the lack of strike throwing tonight from the opponent. Rummel bullpen gets busy again. Down, it's 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Jackson Denny's, the freshman, is now throwing in the Rummel bullpen. I guess down, it's 2-1. And again, that plate has to look very, very small to anybody who's on the mound tonight. I mean, for better or for worse, 2-1 the count. Three and 1. Bergeron on deck, so you look to flip the order as Denny's loosens in the bullpen for the Raiders.
Well, Rummel was able to get a big hit from Franklin to go back up by 7. You don't want to give any back.
Right side and out of play into the bullpen area of Brother Martin. It's full 3-2 to Wisniewski. Again, the Brother Martin bullpen's been busy with Antoine Harris quite a bit as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wisniewski back in. And smashed to center, a base hit. Stopping at second is Rovens, and here come the Crusaders again with 2 on, 1 out. And now they turn the order over, and their best hitters coming up with Bergeron.
Well, that's one thing about Brother Martin. They do not stop. In the first game between these two teams, they were down 5-0. Before you knew it, it was 5-4. Tonight they were down 10-0. Now it's 12-5 with 2 runners on and just 1 out. So, you know, Mark Wisniewski's Crusaders do not stop playing. A lot of teams would pack it in when you're down 10-0, but they have continued to fight and try to take advantage of opportunities.
Bergeron has walked twice, grounded out. That's down and out for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. I guess high, and it's 2-0. And I guess the pitchers right now are wondering what the zone is. Is it around the letters right that over the plate? No. Is it around the knees? Is it on the corners? And they're having trouble distinguishing that and finding whatever the zone is. That is a strike, and it's 2-1. So you have a combination of pitchers struggling and a tight zone. That's a really bad combination. 2-1 the count. It produces this type of affair. Fly ball to right field. Right fielder has a play and drops the ball. Unbelievable. Runner rounds third and heads for the plate. Now a bad throw through as well. Runner for second, and it's 12-6. Are you kidding? I mean, we can't sugarcoat this. I mean, this is as bad as you're going to see from teams that normally don't play like this, Danny.
Fly ball, high fly ball, can of corn, if you will, out to right field, and Bradley not able to pull it in. That one drops, and Brother Martin with a run on the board. So 12-6 now. They got runners at second and third.
And they got 2 on. Yeah, sure. And the base hit makes it a 4-run game, which is as close as they will have been. And you got Trey Morgan, who you know is a great hitter and has struggled tonight, but he can break out right now. Foul back. And you got pitchers that say, man, well, I don't know. I mean, what else do we have to do out here? That's 4 errors on Rummel in the game, 2 on that play. both by the right fielder.
10 walks, 4 errors, and you up by 6.
Yeah, not for long. The way this is going. The 0-1 pitch. Chop towards second. We'll get a run home for sure. LeBlanc to first, gets it out, and it's 12-7 as the runner advances to third.
Back to a 5-run lead for the Raiders.
I mean, you're counting outs right now the way this is going. So 2 gone. RBI for Morgan is his third team. Here's Bonifants, who's walked twice, scored twice, 0 for 1. Ball is pitching. Low for ball 1. The 1-0. Fly ball a mile high, but tonight you never know, right? Center fielder is there. He squeezes it with 2 hands, and you can see him making sure. Wow. 12-7 Rummel as we go to the bottom of the 5th on WHNO. And for all the latest news in high school, college, and pro sports in Louisiana, be sure to visit SportsNola.com. SportsNola visits a team of area writers, and they offer unique opinions. Plus, catch our first NBC video updates. It's all at SportsNola.com. That's on the web. Check it out 24/7. Bottom of the 5th, 12-7 Rummel. Brother Martin has a new pitcher on the mound. It's Mason Bonifants, who moves over from third base to take over on the mound. Third pitcher of the game for the Crusaders. And he delivers the ball low to Luke Lacoste, who's 1 for 3 with a base hit. An RBI, a run score, was robbed on a great play by Bonifants. As you look at Mason's numbers on the year, he delivers low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Bonifants robbed LeBlanc. A brilliant play in the third. And now he's on the mound, third pitcher of the game. Malter went 3 innings after Padgett went just 1. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike of the knees, 2-1.
Yeah, Mason played an excellent third base tonight for Brother Martin. Made a couple of really nice plays for the Crusaders over there at the hot corner.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Lacoste, Ball, and Francione. Heart of the order for Rummel up here in the bottom of the 5th. Do the Raiders have enough runs in this one? Up by 5 right now. 2-2 the count. Another pitch. Hard hit ball up the middle. Base hit. Repat trying to go to his backhand side. That ball was ripped.
That ball was smoked up the middle by Luke Lacoste.
And now the ball gets through, but Lacoste cannot advance. Is hustling to back it up. Bergeron. I mean, this has just been, it's been hard to watch. Now, Brother Martin does not have any errors in this game. But still, they struggled. Rummel has 4 errors. They've struggled. The difference is Rummel is tearing the cover off the ball again like they did in the first game of the series. And now have 10 hits, and that's a lot of hard-hit balls.
Rummel's offense is pretty good. They've both of these games against Brother Martin, they've looked pretty solid on the offensive side of things. Already double-digit hits tonight. Had double-digit hits in the first game against Brother Martin.
Wild ball. The pitcher takes a strike. He's walked, grounded out, lined out. He's driven home a run. Lacoste, a good base runner at first. And he draws a throw. Luke dives back in. 7 stolen bases on the year. Oh, 1 is high. It's 1-1. Slide step to the plate. Brother Martin pitchers again do a great job of holding runners and stopping the run game. 1-1 the count. Runner goes, and a swing and a fly ball slicing in the right. Could be a double play. It's caught, throw to first, and that's a double play. So the third double play, making 3 double plays in the game, turned by Brother Martin, and 2 gone. Ball was hit well by Ball, but Brown played it perfectly. Goss was running on the hit and run. Ball made good contact, but he hit it.
It was just really set up perfect. Lacoste was gone. Didn't look like he peeked back in there. Brown able to make the catch, and his momentum was taking him towards the throw to first base, so set up pretty well there for Brother Martin.
Francione at the plate. He hits the ball right side, caught by Morgan. The inning's over. So no runs, a hit, nobody left. After 5, Raiders lead the Crusaders 12-7 in the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase. On to the 6th innings. 12 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, and 4 stranded for Rummel. 7 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Brother Martin's left 8. Ball back to the mound in the 6th, hoping for some defensive help. Brendan Brown will be followed by Zach Repath and Dominic Robert. Brown has reached on an error, scored a run. He's walked, he's fanned, and takes a strike call. Denny's in the bullpen for Rummel. He's been out there for an inning already. Ball in relief of Lacoste, who went 3 2/3. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Like Lacoste, Ball has pretty good stuff when he's able to locate.
Yeah, the main thing for any pitcher at any level is being able to command your pitches, throwing strikes, locating, and not being afraid to pitch the contact and let those guys put the ball in play and let your defense make plays behind you.
Well outside, it's 1-2.
That's the biggest thing for pitchers is to realize, hey, I got 7 guys behind me, and they're itching for the baseball to come their way. So let them play a little bit. You don't have to do it all yourself.
1-2 the count. Pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Ball. And again, the difference is when you're ahead in the count, you can go to secondary pitchers and get them to expand a little bit.
Yeah, when you can throw strike 1 and get yourself out in front in the at-bat, as a pitcher, you can dictate the pitches and the locations that you want to know. When you fall behind, you know, pretty much everybody in the ballpark knows you're coming with a fastball out over the plate.
High for ball one to Repath, who's had a good night. Moved him down from the cleanup spot, and he's answered with 2 hard-hit base hits and an RBI, 2 for 3.
That takes a little pressure off of him. Gets him some more fastballs to look at.
That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Zach back in, right side. 1-1. Good breaking ball for a strike called. It's 1-2. Ball's given up just 1 hit, but again, the defense has betrayed him, as it has all night long for Rummel, and yet they still lead by 5. Missed down and out. It's 2-2. On 2-2, ball brings it, and it's ball 3. So it was ahead of the hitter, but now runs at full 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Popped him foul right side. It's going to be out of play. Holding at 3-2. Brother Martin scored 7 runs in the last 3 innings. And they still trail 12-7. This will be the 40th pitch for Lyle Ball as he's being extended in relief. Here it comes. Ball 4. Said that before. Runner to first with 1 out. That would be the 11th walk issued by Rummel pitching. 11 walks, 4 errors. And still ahead by 5. And here's Dominic Robert. Walk, reached on an error, grounded out. Foul back to the screen. Good cut by Robert. He's in the hole.
Yeah, good hack there by Dominic Robert. He was trying to do something with that one. There's a good look at Dominic.
0-1. Breaker missing. It's 1-1. So a ball and a strike.
Been a wild game from 10-0 to 12-7. And Brother Martin only with 3 hits.
Strike called. It's 1-2. One-two pitch down. Nice block by Fury. And it's 2-2.
I've got some big shoes to fill on Saturday. I've got to slide over and do a little play-by-play out at St. Charles as they play Brother Martin.
You'll do very well.
What you going to be doing that night?
You know, I don't know. Can't imagine. That ball's driven to left field. Hit a ton. That's in the gap, and it's gone to the wall. Should score a run. Brother Martin's comeback continues. This is an RBI double and a ball smoked by Robert. And it's now a 12-8 ball game. Again, the walk scores. And Robert's driven in his 5th run. Boy, he's hit some balls really hard in this series, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He was taking some vicious cuts, so if he got a hold of one, it was going to go. Taking a look at it, got that pitch, turned on it, drills it out into the left center gap. Deep part of the park here at Kirsch-Rooney.
Here's Rovens, who's walked twice, driven home a run. Way high, ball 1. Well, you're counting outs if you're Nick Monica, but 5 outs seems like an eternity the way this is unfolding. And Brother Martin, to their credit, has battled like crazy to stay in this game, and they're in it. 1-0 the count. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. low, and it's 2-1. Popped up foul, should be out of play, and it is, and it's 2-2 on Rovens with Strombo on deck.
If you're Mark Wisniewski, you've got to be proud of your players and your team here tonight to be down 10-0 and continue to fight, continue to play. 12-8 now.
2-2 the count. Rovens waiting. Lead from second, Robert. Pitch from Ball. Fouled out of play. Good at bat as he's battling. Brother Martin's 8 runs. 6 have scored via walks. 1 has scored via an error. Been that kind of night. Rummel's had to score 12 to overcome it. Will it be enough? 2-2 the count. Here it is. As a drive to left, hit like a shot into the corner. That is a foul ball. Boy, he just hooked it foul. Rovens pulled it into the corner. You could see it was hooking. You didn't know if it would stay fair, and it just went foul.
Got the bat head out in front and drove it. Just pulled it a little bit too much, and the further it went, the more it hooked and missed probably about 3 feet or so.
Rovens a loud strike back in at 2-2. Really good at bat here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And ball 3. Raider bullpen ready, but that's a freshman in Denny's down there. They used their other freshman, Villa, in the first game of the series. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. So there's another free base runner. And Brother Martin has a real shot in this game. Here comes a pinch hitter for Brother Martin to the plate.
Jake Dickinson.
Jake Dickinson is going to hit for Strombo. So Dickinson will hit. I mean, it's a lethal combination when you pitch bad and you play bad defense. And we've said it all night. That's been the case with Rummel, and yet they still have the lead, but it's tenuous at this point as Dickinson will bat. 083 on the year. He's driven in 5, though. And a big chance here with 2 on, 1 out. Ball having to work very hard. Delivers a strike. The ball has fallen into the same disease that Luke Lacoste had earlier. He's walked 2 in this inning. 0-1 the count.
Got to pound the zone. That's when good things happen.
Swung through it. It's 0-2.
It's only Dickinson's 13th plate appearance this year, only hitting .083.
0-2. Breaking ball, and he hung it, and it's foul. I mean, he hung a breaking ball, and Dickinson almost delivered, but hooked it foul. Based on what I'd seen on the first 2 pitches, I thought you'd stay with the fastball there.
Yeah, that one, he sped his bat up a little bit with the off-speed pitch, and he turned on it just a little too much.
Holding at 0-2, another loud foul ball. Ball getting the sign from Fury. Now stretching. With the 0-2. Away, and it's 1-2. Somebody's going to win this game, I can assure you.
That is true.
1-2 the count. And another. And he hits this ball to right field, but we've seen what's happened tonight. That one is caught by Stradley, and runners hold, 2 outs. And I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just stating the truth because it's been that kind of night.
You've had to hold your breath a few times.
No doubt.
I won't
He
argue
handled
with
that
that
one well. 2 gone. And now Ben Wisniewski, who's singled, scored, walked, scored. It's 1 for 2. Will bat. 2 on, 2 outs. Pitch to Ben. Missed the outside edge, 1-0. Now keep in mind the top of the order is on deck. And if Bergeron gets to the plate in this inning, he represents the tying run. 1-0 from Ball. And again, that's a pitch they're not given to him.
No.
That pitch is over the plate, but he's calling it high, and it's 2-0. I mean, with all due respect, that zone is very small.
Pretty amazing that you're talking about the tying run coming to the plate when you were down by 10 at one point.
Calls out a strike, and it's 2-1.
But like they say, if you're going to get down big early. So you get the rest of the game to try to come back. That's what's happened here tonight.
That's a ball, and it's 3-1. And the top of the order lurks on deck with Bergeron. And how much longer does Nick Monaco stick with Ball? Well, we already mentioned the tying run would be next. 3-1 the count. Here it is. That's a strike, full 3-2. So the runners will take off on 3-2. Another exciting play in the game coming, right?
Absolutely.
Runners well on the move. Wisniewski at the plate. Ball from the stretch. Payoff pitch on the way. And a swing and a drive and
that ball's in the gap.
Right center field. That's going to score at least 1 and perhaps 2. Stop the front runner because right now that run doesn't matter. It's 12-9. And the tying run will come to the plate. Wisniewski with his second hit. He comes through big.
Wisniewski seeing it well tonight.
Here comes Nick Monaco. He may have to go to his freshman.
It looks like that's what he's going to do. Wisniewski seeing it big tonight. Another base hit there on the 3-2, 2-out. Runners going. Deposits it right out into right center. And it's a 12-9 game.
So people are going to move all over the place again here for Rummel. They're going to switch people everywhere. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher when we return in a moment, as well as the changes. Stay with us. It's 12-9 Rummel on the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase. New pitcher for Rummel is the left-hander Michael Gander. Good numbers, 4-1, 296 earned run average, 1 save. But again, the number to look at, 15 walks, 26 innings, 19 strikeouts, and he's got a tough task. Tying run at the plate, Joel Bergeron, leading hitter on the Brother Martin team at the plate. He's walked twice, reached on an error, and he's grounded out. 2 runs home. It's 12-9, and Bergeron represents the tying run of the plate here in the 6th. Gander pitches. Got it in there, 0-1. Gander was a quite probable starter for Rummel in their series at Holy Cross this weekend, but they can't wait for that. They've got to try to win this game. Here's the 0-1. And a little drive up the middle is trouble. LeBlanc got there, though, and makes the play. So Gander throws a strike, gets a jam shot out. The inning is over. 2 runs cross the plate on a couple of hits and 2 stranded. 12-9 Rummel. It's been a long night. These fans are hanging in there. 12-9. Raiders on top of the Crusaders as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Rummel will have Beck to be followed by LeBlanc and Denny's against Bonifons, the 3rd pitcher for Brother Martin in this game. Pitch on the way. Strike called. It's 0-1 to Beck. He's hit the ball very hard tonight. He's lined to a double play, lined a base hit for an RBI, walked and scored. Hits this one toward the hole. Nice play by the 3rd baseman. Robert guns and got his man for out number 1. Let's take a look at the standings in the Catholic League District 9-5A as we speak. John Curtis off to a roaring start at 4-0. They have been dominant after whipping Holy Cross. Jesuit now 3-1 in good shape as they swept their series with Shaw. 2 competitive games. Shaw's at 2-2. Holy Cross 1-3. St. Augustine Brother Martin trying to get their first win. Rummel, of course, 1-0 at least at the moment as LeBlanc takes a strike and he looked back. 0-1 the count. He single walked twice. Has scored twice. Puts this one in the air over toward the Brother Martin dugout. And no play. It's 0-2. Now, if you're looking ahead to the Brother Martin 7, they've got the 2, 3, 4 hitters up. Morgan, Bonifons, and Brown.
They got to keep it right where it's at. That's what Bonifons is trying to do right now. Put a 0 up on the board here at the bottom of the 6th. See if you can take the lead in the top of the 7th. But you want to keep it right where it's at. Don't want to go down by more than 3.
On 0-2. Here's another on the way. Bounced it up there to LeBlanc. It's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. In the air, out of play. Holding at 1-2. And another. Off speed, boy, great pitch. Pulled the string, got him way out in front, struck him out for out number 2. Nice That's a really good change of pace.
Nice pitch there by Mason Bonifons. Change things up there, pull the string, and get the big strikeout. Had him way out in front of that one, jumping at it, and the ball's just not there.
Here's Jackson Denny's. Denny's takes the ball down. He's got a 2-run single. Hit by pitch, scored a runner. Remember, he hit a shot to third that turned into a double play earlier, so he's hit the ball hard. Brother Martin's turned 3 double plays in this game. I mean, you can really say that Brother Martin's defense has kept him in this game.
Absolutely.
Whereas Rummel's defense has kept Brother Martin in the game.
Yeah,
I think that's accurate.
Yeah, Brother Martin's defense has played well tonight and has made some big plays to kind of let them hang around, see what happens.
Denny's hits this one toward the hole. It's short. Long throw by Bergeron is off the bag. He's safe. It'll be an E6. He was definitely off the bag. Morgan did a great job to scoop it, but he had to come off the bag to do so. So Denny's on the error. First, as soon as we say they're playing great defense, right?
Put the mouth on.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. So Denny's reaches. Going to get a courtesy runner for him. Watch Morgan's foot being off the bag here.
Takes Bergeron into the hole there. The throw pulls him in and off the bag. Yep, he came off.
Tried to poke back at it with his foot. He just couldn't reach it.
Pulled him off.
So Rivera runs at first. Fury will bat. He's had 2 sacrifices and a walk, an RBI, 2 runs scored, so he hasn't even batted tonight, right? Pitch from Bonifans. Fastball away. And the 1-0. Foul back. Boy, he had a good cut. 1-1.
Fury gets his money's worth, huh? There's a
Nick
good
Monica
look at
looks on.
Nick Monica as he manages his way through this wild and willy game here tonight at Kirsch Rooney.
1-1. Swinging a foul tip. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Throw to first to chase Rivera back. One, 2. Swing and a miss. Well, he showed good off-speed stuff in that inning. It gets 2 strikeouts, no runs, no hits, an error, runner left. They've stranded 5. Last chance for Brother Martin. Coming up, trailing 12-9. This copyrighted telecast of the first NBC Bank Prep Showcase may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of WHNO TV 20.
All right, can Rummel get 3 outs before Brother Martin gets 3 runs?
Find out here. Trey Morgan leads it off. High from Gander for ball 1. Gander came in, got Bergeron, grounded to a fielder's choice to end the 6th and get out of a jam. Morgan has an RBI on a ground out in this game. Lefty-lefty matchup here. I'll tip off the catcher's glove. It's 1-1. Gander, a senior. Top of their pitching staff loaded with seniors with Cook and Lacoste and Gander. And ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up and in, 2-1. So I guess what I'm saying is this has to be their year with their senior pitchers, right?
Yeah.
Even though they haven't pitched well over the last couple of nights, they're pretty good, typically speaking.
Yeah, Rummel's having a good year. They've got a talented group. Just got to throw a few more strikes. Be a lot better off.
You think? Out of play left side. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count Division I power ratings with about 4 weeks left in the season. Obviously, subject to change. We'll take a look at that here momentarily on 2-2. Morgan waiting. Gantner. Time call by Morgan as he steps out. And here's a look at the Division I power ratings. Catholic and John Curtis 1-2 with Jesuit Rummel 3 and 4. Brother Martin at 7. And you want to be in the top 3 to get a bye in the first round. Gander bounced to pitched up there. Now it's 3-2. And here we go again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So once again, there's a good look. That's a lot of good teams in there, regardless of where they are right now. St. Paul's at 9. I wouldn't want to play them at 9. 6 Catholic League teams in the top 8. Here's the payoff pitch from Gander on the way to Morgan. And he struck him out. Good pitch. Tough night for Trey. He's fanned 4 times. 1 gone. Rummel 2 outs away from a win. Bonifans will bat. That's what Rummel pitchers have been unable to do tonight, is finish hitters when they've had the opportunity.
That's the name of the game. Put them away when you got the chance to do it. Spot up, locate your pitches. He does it right there, gets the call for out number 1.
Here's Bonifans, who's walked twice, scored twice, 0 for 2. And a strike called with a fastball. Ground ball and a pitcher. Gander runs it over toward first, underhanded the ball, and the Raiders are 1 out away from a win. Well, he ends up in a good fielding position if our cameras caught that. That's what helps you to make that play.
Yeah, and he's athletic on the mound. You can see that. He moves around well out there, so able to field his position.
Watch how he's in good position to field this ball. Almost square, see that? That's important. A lot of guys fall way off balance. He doesn't do it. 2 gone, and here's Brandon Brown. Fastball high, 1-0.
Ganter feeling it on the mound, throwing a lot of strikes, exactly what Nick Monica was looking for. And as far as a Friday start is concerned, this is kind of like a bullpen, a pre-start bullpen, so he will probably still be okay.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Way outside and high, it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And another. Swing and a miss. Rummel's a strike away from a sweep of Brother Martin. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gander pitching to Brown. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the Raiders have defeated the Crusaders by the score of 12-9 to sweep the 2-game series over Brother Martin. What a job by Gander. Danny, final thoughts?
Great job by him coming in, giving Nick Monica what he needed. A lot of strikes, competed well. It was a wild game, but somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. Rummel able to hang on.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Our high school coverage continues with softball later this week as Mount Carmel meets John Curtis. Watch it live Thursday at 5 on Sports Nova or catch the rebroadcast Saturday at noon on WHNO. Once again, your final score, Archbishop Rummel 12, Brother Martin 9. For Danny Ream and our entire WHNO crew, I'm Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.